What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another video. And this will be my Browns Titans Week 13 preview as my 8-3 Cleveland Browns begin the month of December on the road as they head to Nashville, Tennessee to face off against the 8-3 Tennessee Titans in what is arguably one of our biggest games of the year. Because if we go out and win this game and we improve to 9-3, our playoff chances increase exponentially. I mean, right now it's looking really good when it comes to our playoff chances, but we beat the Titans on the road. Oh yeah, our playoff chances skyrocket. Now, this game begins a very tough stretch for the Browns as, of course, next week we're at home on Monday Night Football against the Ravens. And then after that, we head to New Jersey for 2 weeks where we face the Giants and then the Jets. Now, you look at the Giants game and you're thinking, crazy dog, the Giants aren't that good. They're 4-7, but they're leading the NFC East and they're playing some good ball right now. Now, we'll see what happens with Daniel Jones, but my expectation is he'll be playing by the time we face them. But we'll see. But I'm not focused on the Giants right now. I'm focusing on the Titans because they're next on the schedule. Now, I took a quick peek at Bovada just to see what the betting line is. And as of right now, they have us at +6. So they have us as a 6-point underdog. I actually thought it'd be a little bit lower, like maybe 5 or 4. But yeah, they have us at a 6-point underdog. All right, we'll see how that goes. Now, one of the big things about the Titans is that obviously their offense is really good. A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, Jonnu Smith. Their offensive line is not that bad. Now, on the flip side, their defensive line is not that good. Because here's what's really crazy, all right? They've allowed 16 sacks on the year, which is one of the best. But then they've only gotten 14 sacks on the year, which is one of the worst. So we'll see how this goes, being as they're facing one of the best offensive lines and one of the most underrated defensive lines in the Cleveland Browns. Of course, one big thing for the Browns is we're getting Myles Garrett back this week. So hopefully we'll be able to have a pass rush because as you saw last week, we were not able to get after Mike Glennon. And the one time we actually got to Glennon, the refs called a sus flag on us. So maybe we can see Myles Garrett get to Tannehill a couple times and maybe force a couple turnovers because that's going to be one of the big things this week, forcing turnovers. Ball control and forcing turnovers. Those are two big things for this week. Yeah, because if we can control the clock, have long drives, keep their offense off the field, we'll be all right. Derrick Henry and company can't beat you if they're on the sidelines. And like I said, their defense is not that good. I mean, this is the same Titans team that lost to the Bungles. They also got beat up pretty bad against the Colts a couple weeks ago. Now, of course, they did get revenge against Indy last week, but yeah, Phillip Rivers and company, they beat them pretty bad a couple weeks ago. Not to mention, they barely beat the freaking Jaguars. Now, I don't recall the Titans getting slandered for barely beating the Jags, but of course, we barely beat them, and we get slandered all the time. So, yeah, gotta love those double standards, right? But, I mean, they lost to Pittsburgh, they lost to Cincinnati, and they lost to Indy. So, yeah, we do have one thing in common. We both lost to Pittsburgh. But, yeah, they barely beat Baltimore in overtime. They escaped against Chicago. They've had quite a few close games, and it'll be very interesting to see how this one goes. And, oh, yeah, they also barely beat Minnesota, too. In fact, their first 3 games were very close. And they beat Denver only because, Denver's defensive coordinator is a freaking genius, and he just decided to let them go right on down the field for some reason. Whatever. But then again, you think about it, they did smack Buffalo with very little practice time. That's tough. But yeah, man, Tennessee's very up and down. They're very night and day. And the way I see it, like I said, man, if we can just have good ball control and take care of the football and force turnovers, get the Tannehill, stop Derrick Henry, I think we're good. But that's easier said than done. You know, stopping Derrick Henry is easier said than done because not really anybody's been able to do it. He's one of the best running backs in the league. Now, of course, you look at their defense, they're going to have to try to stop Chubb and Hunt. And that's also easier said than done, especially late in the game, because that's when Chubb really turns up. Like, teams will, hold him back a little bit, first 2 quarters. Then he starts to turn up in the third, and then he just finishes you off in the fourth. He's honestly the Mariano Rivera of the NFL. That's when he does his damage. He'll hit you with like a big run in the fourth quarter that puts you out of your misery. I would love to see him have one of those big, like 90-yard touchdown runs in this game. That'd be great. But this will be a very tough game, But we need this game, man. I mean, we get this game, we take this, go to 9-3. Got Baltimore next week. Who knows what's going on with them right now with the virus? They're getting guys back, but we'll see who's back for them by Monday. I'm pretty sure Lamar will be back, but we'll see. But yeah, man, I mean, you look at the Titans defense, like in terms of staff, they got a very good secondary personnel-wise. Butler, Vaccaro, Byard, Jackson, and King. Of course, I wanted Desmond King, but, we didn't want to give up draft picks for him. Okay. Of course, no Taylor Lewan. They have Jeffrey Simmons on defense, Jack Crawford, Daquan Jones, Harold Landry, Rashaan Evans. They got some really good players on defense. They just can't get to the quarterback, apparently. And like I said, they're facing off with one of the best offensive lines in football right now. Jack Conklin, Jedrick Wills, they're going to have their hands full, but I think they're going to be able to handle their pass rush. But yeah, like I was talking about a little while ago, their offensive line is very good too. Again, no Taylor Lewan. They have Dennis Kelly, Roger Saffold, Ben Jones, Nate Davis, and Isaiah Wilson. Wilson and Kelly are going to have their hands full with Vernon and Garrett, especially Garrett, because that dude will flip from side to side. Woods will put him on both sides just to see how he does. Most of his sacks have come against the left tackle, so Dennis Kelly, he's going to have a very rough day, especially because Miles is low-key rested up after being out 2 weeks. But yeah, we'll see how this game goes. In terms of my 3 keys to victory, I mean, I pretty much just said 2 of them. Take care of the football, ball control. Don't turn the ball over. That's a big one. Get the run game going as always. And essentially play smart. No dumb penalties. And take care of the ball, like I just said, That's very important, though. Take care of the football. We cannot be turning the ball over against their offense. We cannot give Derrick Henry more chances to kill us than he's already going to have. And I'm sure a lot of these players remember what happened last year when we played the Titans, because remember, we held up with them until the end when Baker started turning the ball over like crazy and they ran up the score on us. I would love for us to do that to them in their house. That'd be great. I would love to see our guys get a couple turnovers and score off those turnovers. Of course, we're going to be without Ronnie Harrison, who's out 4 to 6 weeks with a shoulder injury. Of course, got hurt in the first play of the game against his former team. And as we all know, no Denzel Ward for a couple more weeks. So that's going to be tough. But we need guys like Kevin Johnson, Sheldrick Redwine, if he plays, Carl Joseph, and Tedrick Thompson, who we just claimed off of waivers. We need those guys to step up this week. Money Mitch has been all right. He's been holding his own. But, we're going to need our guys to step up, As always, it's next man up. That's the mentality it's going to be. But, yeah, it's going to be a very tough game. I think we can win this game. But, yeah, my 3 keys to victory, like I just mentioned, take care of the ball, get the run game going, and be smart. Notice I said take care of the ball number 1 because, we can't give their offense more chances to kill us, like I literally just mentioned. But you notice how it's very important because I keep reiterating it because it's very, very important. All right? I mean, God, we can't be turning the ball over against these guys. We got to drill it into their head. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to drill it into their head. Take care of the freaking football. I cannot say that enough. I think they get the point now. But yeah, key number 3, play smart. No dumb penalties. That's a big thing right there. And of course, hopefully we can force turnovers. My player to watch this week is going to be 95, as always. It seems like he's always the player to watch because he's honestly one of our best players. And without Denzel and company, and with a suspect pass rush behind him, I think Miles is going to be the big guy this week. We need him to go crazy. We need him to get like a couple sacks, maybe a strip sack or 2. Maybe he forces a couple fumbles too. I would love to see the linebackers help out too. It's going to be up to them almost as much as it's going to be up to Miles. But yeah, I got Miles as my player to watch here. And my final score prediction, I think the Browns are going to pull it out by a very, very slim margin. I'm going to say we win. I'm going to say 27-24 in overtime. Yeah, I'd say we win it in overtime. And we go to 9-3. We got Baltimore on a somewhat long week. Of course, they'll be on a short week because, they're playing tomorrow, so that'll be fun. But, no, they play tomorrow, and then they play, on Tuesday? Yeah. I don't know. Schedule's all messed up. Thanks a lot, Ravens. But yeah, they'll be playing, 3 games in 12 days? Bruh, that's crazy. But yeah, man, I got us winning 27-24 in overtime, and we're going to 9-3, facing off against Baltimore next Monday night. So just keep the train rolling. That's all I got to say. Shout out to my Dog Pound brothers as always. The only Titans fan I know on YouTube is Titan Anderson. And who knows? That dude, bro. I'm not even going to talk about him, bro. For real. But yeah, shout out to my Dog Pound brothers as always. We out here, man. We rolling 8-3, about to be 9-3. Hopefully, man. Let's keep this thing going. And let's get this dub. It's going to be tough, but I think we can do it. We're the underdogs. That's the way we are. It's all right. Got to win this game, man. Got to believe, man. Playoffs are in sight. Let's get it. Let's end the third quarter of the season with a dub. All right. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out.